We're going live, guys, today. We're doing start-sit questions. Drop it in the comment section below. I got the chat opened up to everybody. We got less than an hour to kick off. I expect it to be fuller than usual because I usually have it open to just subscribers so I can just deep dive a little bit more. But we're starting a little bit later today, so might as well just open it up. That way it just gets out there by a little bit quicker. And this might cause me to answer your questions a little bit faster, but I'm here to help. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good day today. I hope all your matchups go well. I hope your team wins. I hope everything goes well. Glorious day. Glorious day for some football. Very excited about that. Everything's good on my end. I'm excited, and I'm excited for you guys as well. I'm scrolling right now. I'm waiting for the first questions to come up. I expected to pop off a little bit more. Jaylen Warren or Manny Wilson? I got a tidbit here. I want to make sure I got everything up real quick. There we go. I think I'm going Warren. I'm going Warren over Manny Wilson, and I just had to look at this real quick. Why I'm going Warren over Manny Wilson is because there's a lot of injuries on the Bears side. I think he's going to get touches up the gut. I think Arthur Smith is really your big variable here. I'm going Warren over Manny Wilson. Juwan Johnson or A.J. Barner? Let's pull this up real quick. My gut went Juwan Johnson. My gut went there. I think I got them both of more like touchdown gambles. I think Juwan Johnson, they're a little bit higher. My gut went to Juwan Johnson mainly because of just more volume. But I have them both as touchdown gambles, and the rankings here are saying the same thing. But if I had to pick one, I'd go Juwan Johnson due to the offense. What's going on? Happy Sunday to you too. Flex Steve-O or Boutte? I look at this two ways and twofold. I think Steve-O is probably going to be your safer option. If I feel like I'm going into my matchup here and I'm looking at this and I feel like it's easy for me to win, I just can't mess it up, then I'm going Steve-O. If I'm playing one of the tougher teams in my league, or if I'm down from Thursday, I'm going Boutte for the upside. I think Steve-O is going to get carries up the gut. I think we got a good matchup here for him. I think Hendo and Steve-O might actually hit the fairway this week. I think this is going to be promising for both, but Boutte more for the upside play. Need upside start Michael Wilson versus Jacksonville, Swift versus Pitt, or Tyler Warren. I think if you're going pure upside, you'd have to be looking at Swift versus Wilson. Swift's been sharing the touches almost like 50-50 with their boy Money Guy. I think you're just hoping and praying that Wilson gets spam targets and it goes well. If I'm doing that, I'm going Wilson for the upside play. That's what I would do for my upside play. You got the Chiefs defense versus Warren. I like that for volume-wise, having to go to like your second and third read in a lot of your scenarios for the quarterback position. I like that normally. I like Swift normally against Pitt, but also I see there's a risk there with him sharing the backfield, limiting his upside. You need him to score. You need him to break open the big play. I like Wilson potentially getting targets, and I'm shooting for that, see if that breaks open. Why you need Bruce Matson? Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys. How do you think David Montgomery will do today? When I look at that matchup, we broke it down yesterday, but it's always condensed because we're breaking down every single game, and I got to do it at a pace that is easier for you to consume. So that being said, what I like about this game is that the Giants give up points to running backs. They've been notoriously good at that. I mean the Lions, the Giants. And the Giants right here, second in the league on the season, 26.1 points per game, allowing fantasy points to running backs. And David Montgomery, his odds are increased when it's supposed to be a higher scoring game. And that's what Vegas is saying. It's supposed to be a higher scoring game. I think he's got increased odds. That's what I feel about him. That's my confidence level with him. The odds are increased for him to do something this week. Chat's firing up. I'm going to fire up with you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys all for the questions. Tucker, Manny Wilson, Monty, and Flex. I go Monty, Tucker, then Wilson as my ranking there. I like the Lions-Giants matchup for ambiguous touchdown gambles better for the running backs that are touchdown gambles that you're hoping that punches it in. Mayfield or Purdy, also flex 2, Genty, Brees, Juwan Jennings. Mayfield or Purdy. I think Purdy's probably going to be a safe bet for you. I like both quarterbacks this week. You're not going to go wrong with either. Checking out the rankings here. I think Purdy's safe. I think Purdy's roughly safe. I like Mayfield too. They're a little bit lower on him, but I think we can get good back and forth in that matchup. I think they're both great options. I would lean Purdy. Brees or Juwan Jennings also have Ibuka. So if you're I like Ibuka no matter what, standalone. I think if you got Juwan Jennings, you got to stack with Purdy. So if he hits, Juwan Jennings is going to hit. I think Brees might be a little bit safer, but again, it's the Jets, so it's off and on. I think I'd lean Jennings, Purdy stack if I'm leaning that way. And I like both quarterbacks. I think both of them are roughly safe while looking at that. Javonte Williams, Hendo, Manny Wilson. I would rank them how you got them. I think Javante's probably the safer bet. Hendo's more the upside play. You're looking at Manny Wilson. You're hoping he punches it in. You're hoping he gets that. Double checking Emmanuel Wilson real quick for you guys. Double checking that real quick. Josh Jacobs out. Yeah, I would go Williams, Hendo for upside, then Wilson. Next up, Sean Tucker, Brees, Judkins. I think it's a toss-up between Judkins and I like Judkins this week for getting a lot of volume. I think he's the safest one when it comes to getting a lot of touches this week. That's how I look at that. I think Brees has the upside in his matchup when we're looking at that. I want to see what they got him projected going into this because I knew it was kind of up in the air with this matchup a little bit, especially when I broke it down. Baltimore Ravens, 12.51. And Ravens has been putting the clamps on defenses as of late. And you're looking at Quinshawn here. He's been rough as of late, but now you got the Raiders on the road. They got him projected for more. My gut went to Quinshawn Judkins for that. My gut went to Judkins. Next up. All right. Walker, Hunt, Steve-O. Pick 2. I look at this 2 different ways. I think if you want to play it safe, go Steve-O, Hunt. If you want to shoot for upside, I'd go Hunt, Walker. That's what I do. That'd be my upside play. I think most of mine, if I'm looking to just get by, if I'm projected to win the game, I'm going Hunt, Steve-O. More often not. If I got to shoot for upside, I'm throwing Walker in more likely with Hunt. I look for him to easily punch them in when Pacheco out. Looking through the chat, like I said, it's going to fire up today. That's a good thing. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button right now. Working hard to get to you guys. Hope you guys have a good day here. Should I start Iosivas or Darius Slayton? If I had to pick between the two, it's a coin flip. Both of them got a lot of upside. Slayton's got Jameis Winston there, so that's going to help him up for the upside. I look for him to get roughly like 5-ish targets, deep ball dandy. Yoshi's in a prime spot in a good matchup in a game script that should go off. I think more often than not, I would lean Yoshi. I think that's a good question to ask, though. I think it's split between the two, and it could go either way. But if I'm looking at lineup setting and matchup, I think I want part of that Bengals-Patriots game. Full PPR. Where are we at here? Jay Simpson, did I miss your initial question? It just says full PPR. Okay, back there. Okay. Full PPR, I would do it the same. I would do it the same. Good afternoon, High Point PPR in the flex. Would you go Tucker or Charbs? I am already starting Ibuka in kicker. Okay. So what I'm looking at here, High Point PPR. I'm going to look at Charb again. So when you get like a lot of questions thrown your way, you kind of like got to double check yourself for you wreck yourself. You got Tennessee. I think you're hoping he scores a touchdown for him to hit the upside. High Point, I'm taking as the upside gamble. If I'm going sure upside, I read that Bucky was back. and I've been playing it 12 hours. I read that Bucky was back, and I think that's going to be a mixed thing. Going back to that matchup against the Rams, I'd probably go Charbonnet as the safer play, and I think both of them got similar upside because you got that glute with Kenneth Walker as well. You don't know what that's going to be looking like in the touch load. You also look at Seattle. They should be up on the Titans. They should be in a position where they're running the ball back in the game. Especially if you're looking for upside, you need Charbonnet to score, and they're going to be in a position later. They should. This Titans defense is scrappy. That's the thing about this. That's a scrappy team. They've won some games they shouldn't have won. Pretty much all of them, all their wins, they probably shouldn't have won, but you get what I'm saying. That's a scrappy team. But the glute with Kenneth Walker, if they're up in this game, why just keep pushing them out there? Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Devonta Smith or JMO. JMO's the upside play in this scenario. Like if I want to shoot for gangbusters, if I want to shoot for 20 plus, but I think Devonta Smith's safer with upside, so I'd go Devonta Smith. Oh, half point. I get it. Half point. I think I'd go Charbonnet. I like the matchup better. When in doubt, when it's tight, I'd go with the matchup. And then after that, football's going to football. Like, you're going to be wrong on some things. And if you're hot, you're going to be right like 60 to 65% of the time. So if football's going to football, I'm going to lean my pivot to the game script there. And I like the game script for Charbonnet a little bit better. Jennings or Pittman, and then select two of the following. I'll probably go Pittman and then select two: Genty, Monty, Kelsey, Warren. I think Genty's safe for the fairway, 10 to 12-ish PPR fantasy points. If you don't want that, if you need more upside, scrap that and go for the tight ends. I think process-wise, most lineups, I would go running back. Process-wise as well, I would go Kelsey for more upside into that play. So if I want to play safe and upside, probably Genty for touches and Kelsey due to the matchup and volume. If pure upside, balls to wall, Kelsey, Warren. So if you want it safe, I'm projected to win Genty, Monty. If it's a 50-50 toss-up, or maybe I'm projected to lose, but I still want to play it safe, Genty, Kelsey. I think now, thinking that out, Genty, Kelsey for a lot of matchups, unless it's an easy matchup for me to win. Fannin, Loveland, Spears, or Taylor at flex. Fannin, Loveland, Spears, Taylor at flex. I think if you're looking at this, you're looking at touchdown gambles. You're looking at a touchdown play. You're praying for that. More than likely, you're going to either get that out of, and you're looking at matchup purposes, probably between Loveland could splash on the big play. I think if you're looking for sure upside on the big plays, Loveland. Next would be Taylor. Taylor's probably safer with upside. I think Fannin has potential to have a good game. I think they'll keep Njoku in on Crosby's side and have Fannin out there running routes and getting the shorts underneath. It's got 36.5 over-under for that game. Should be a nasty one. I think most of my lineups would lean Spears. If I'm shooting for straight-up upside, then I would roll Loveland. I'm going down here to the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. 16-man. I need two. I got Charbonnet, Tucker, Tootin. Which two you like best? I need two. You got 16-teamer. If you play it safe, Charbonnet, Tucker. If I'm playing it safe, you can probably get away with that a little bit more in a 16-man league. If I'm looking for upside plus stability, Charbonnet, Tootin. That's how I would look at that. If it's a tight matchup, and if I want to risk it a little bit more, I'd go Tootin, Charbonnet. I like Charbonnet's matchup here. That's my split between Charbonnet and Tucker. I like that matchup a little bit more. But I like Tootin more for the upside this week, just from what we saw, but I think he's a little bit riskier. That's what I would do. It seems a little wishy-washy, but it's according to your context. More often than not, if you feel good about your matchup, I just go Charbonnet, Tucker, play it safe. If I need to shoot for upside, I'd go Charbonnet Tootin. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Going back up to where we were at here, and we got a lot, so I'm sorry if I missed you. High Point, thanks. Guillotine League, safer. Fannin was the last one, full PP. Hi, Bruce. Okay, we're going to here. Hi, Bruce. Jacoby or Daniel Jones? I think I feel a little safer with Brissett. I think the matchup is good to go that way. I think Daniel Jones got a lot of upside this week as well. They're not high on him, and they got Jacoby Brissett ahead of him. That's where my gut lands. I just feel like it's safer. I think he's safer for 35 to 40 pass attempts. Thank you so much for the question. Swift, K9, Aaron Jones. I think you got him ranked like that, how you got him. I like Swift this week. I like him about every week. I think he's going to be at least safer for the fairway. K9, I'm a little bit standoffish due to that glute injury, but if I have to, I'll start him. Aaron Jones, I haven't really thought about him too much. I am not super high on him. Packers. Yeah, I don't like the Packers matchup. Projections are kind of low. Swift, K9, Aaron Jones, I have it like that. That's how I would rank them. Need help, Lamar Jackson, Drake May. So Lamar Jackson, Drake May. They got him number 1, Lamar Jackson number 2. So you're blessed. So you're trying to expect who's going to hit that upside. So which game's more likely to go bonkers here? I think the Bengals-Patriots game. I would lean on that. That would be my tiebreaker there. Just trying to predict the game. That would be the way I'd do it. Bengals defense, you can just cut through them like a knife through butter. Random, but how many leagues are you in? I'm in 3. Well, if you count best ball and everything, it's like, I think it's 128 total lineup setting leagues. 22, most of them are dynasty. I got some Devy in there. I'm in some Devy leagues that a couple of them are super deep to where we draft 20 some rounds in the spring and we have to go so deep that we're drafting freshmen in high school. So it's all over the board in that range, but most of it is in best ball to be able to manage the portfolio. And I'm also heavy into dynasty and Devy, but thank you for the question. Thank you. I do have a few redraft leagues as well. I'm in a little bit of everything. You start your 3rd round pick. Yeah. I mean, it's blessed. It's blessed, man. You're blessed at it. Thank you. Salute. Hey, thank you guys. Hey, Bruce, full PPR. Alec Pierce, Bam Knight. Bam Knight's your safer play. Bam Knight's your safer play for the fairway. Fairway is what I call that 10 to 15 point range area, mainly that 10 to 13-ish, 15 starting to approach that upside. Bam's safer for that because his touches are projectable. If you're wanting more for that, if you're more for shooting for upside and hitting and gambling on that low end of busting, Alec Pierce is your dude. So if you need that this week, I go Alec Pierce. If you just need to chip it onto the fairway because Bam Knight's not that back to go bonkers on you more often than not, then that would be your dude. That is kind of split depending on what asset you want. Pierce has a rougher matchup. That could dictate or decrease his upside. But the way he plays the game, that makes him more risky. But his upside with how he plays the game with the deep targets and the workflow with that makes him more of a potential boom bust play. I like Alec Pierce in leagues where I'm projected to lose or in leagues where I'm down from Thursday. I like Bam Knight if I feel like I can coast a little bit and I just can't mess it up and I don't want to mess up my play. Coming down here, I'm double checking the bottom here. Where was I at? There we go. What's up, buddy? Hey, how's it going? Thank you guys for coming on with me this morning. Judkins, Pittman, Pearsall, pick one to flex. Judkins will be your safest. He will be your safest this week. He will be getting the touches. They got to run it. Raiders defense, I got it right up here. Raiders defense, I think it's 19th in the league. Points allowed the running backs. Got it memorized. 21.7 points per game. They're going to allow him to hit the fairway this week. They can't pin their ears back on the run because if they can't get to Shedeur, they'll open it up. He'll push it deep. And if it's zero coverage back there, that could be a problem. They know that, so it'll be a little softer for them. They can throw it more than 5 yards on a play. I think Judkins is going to get 20-plus opportunities in this matchup. That'll be your safest play. Pearsall versus Pittman. Pittman would be your upside play. I think he's got some stability, rougher matchup. If I want to shoot for 20-plus Pittman, but it's a big risk, I like Judkins for my safer play, though. 10-teamer, flex. Chase Brown, Breece Hall, Devonta Smith. Okay, you got a lot of good players here. That's first off. So who am I? First off, I want to diagnose this, who I would take away. Breece Hall. Breece Hall definitely know with this crew. Chase Brown's your safest bet. Rougher matchup, safest bet with the volume. Devonta Smith safe with upside here against the Cowboys. T-Mac is fine. I think it's now when I break this down because you're shooting for more upside in a 10-man league, so you got to shoot for more of the higher point score. I think Devonta Smith against the Cowboys is what I would roll with. I'm checking down below real quick. Got another super chat here. Appreciate the help, bro. Ric Flair's watching. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. Thank you. Ric Flair's back there watching. He's up here as well. He's up here. I got backup Ric Flair down there as well. Moving up here. Did he have a question first off? Nope. All right. Just want to make sure. Moving up to the next one. Moving up because it's all in a line here. Okay. Oh, I lost it. I lost my spot. Pickman, Pearsall, what's up, Bruce? I did that one. 10-man. There we are. Found it. Relying on Isaiah Hodgkin, Mason Rudolph. Hey, good luck. Good luck. Hodgkins got targets last week. Shuck has been increasing in numbers the last few weeks, and he's aggressive with the ball, pushing it downfield. And Mason Rudolph. Super flex. Hey, let's push it. Let's push it, guys. What we got here? Bucky is back week 13. Yeah, I had to throw him into the thumbnail. I don't know why Sleeper wasn't updated. Did they update it yet? They didn't update it. Why didn't they update it? I read Bucky was back. I read it here because this is where I keep up with things. I go to here. This is my first spot. Bucky, I read it. Right down. I don't know why I got to prove it. It's not too far. Forget it. It's here somewhere. It's close to here because I read that Dameon Pierce. Oh, well. Well, he's back. He's back. Sleeper's weird. Hey, what's up, buddy? Thank you guys for the questions. Sean Tucker, Tootin, trust me. Sean Tucker and Tootin. Yep, I think that's a good stack. I don't know what that means, but thank you guys for watching. Morning, guys. Morning. Tez or Boutte? Juwan or Loveland? I think Juwan's the safer play of the two. I think they're both touchdown gambles at this point. Tez versus Boutte. I like Boutte's matchup a little bit better against the Bengals. I think he's the safer route. I think Tez could open it up and be sneaky. If I was setting lineups, I think it's more of a push between two if you're looking for scoring. I think if I'm setting lineup strategy-wise, I'd go Boutte, Juwan. And reason Boutte's matchup, and I expect May to sling it 250 yards easy. He might even push it to 300 if Flacco can get going. Flacco's probably going to be the testament to that. I think Juwan's a little bit safer. I think Juwan and Loveland closer to push than realize, but I think Juwan is a little bit safer due to volume. Do you guys feel confident with Sean Taylor against? I don't feel confident. I feel like it's a touchdown gamble. I said that last week, though, and I was wrong, but I was right in letting you guys know that, hey, you guys should probably pick him up, at least stash. We got another super chat down here, but I'm not 100% confident. I'm not 100% confident. But I feel like I got him categorized as a touchdown gamble. I think there should be good flow in this game. If you're looking at touchdown gamble running backs who that needs to cross the goal line to get it, at least the matchup will get you there. But I'm not 100% comfortable with them this week. Thank you for the super chat, guys. Thank you so much. The Butte himself, Alec Pierce, Christian Watson, Michael Wilson, pick 2. Love your A. Thank you so much for watching. What does that say? The SOG meter? That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I don't know what it means, but it seems cool to me. The Butte, Pierce, Watson, Michael Wilson. I like a lot of these wide receivers. That's my problem here with this. I like Butte's matchup. I like Alec Pierce as a deep threat. I like Christian Watson as a deep threat. And Michael Wilson's been running hot. I think Michael Wilson's going to be leading his team in targets. I think he'll be a safe route. Now you're looking at upside dandies here for this week. I want to go back to Christian Watson real quick. Bam. Double check myself before I wreck myself. You got Minnesota. Here's the story of Christian Watson. We're around Thanksgiving time. That's the time where he shines. That's the thing about that. Also, Matthew Golden. We got the O. That's what I remembered. I wanted to double check myself before I wrecked myself on that one. I like Christian Watson and Michael Wilson. I think Michael Wilson. That's okay. Matchup wise, Jacksonville, I think he'll get volume. I think I'm good for 7-ish targets ish. I think we're good with the volume. I think Brissett's quarterback rankings ranked in the top 10 right here. I think that's what I roll with. I think if it was my lineup, I'd go Watson and Wilson. And I think you got upside plays with Butte and Pierce as well, where it could go either way. But process of elimination, I just like it that Golden's out and he's going to be the guy that's stretching it, and they're not going to be afraid to ship it his way in the targets. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Good luck this week. Going back up to where we were at. Here. We were here. Bucky is back this week. I threw him in underdog. Like I said, this ain't underdog. This is sleeper. For some reason, has him out. And then we looked it up on underdog. It is right around here. Golden. It's here somewhere. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much. Hold up. We're down here a little bit more. Morning, guys. So we answered this one. It was Sean Tucker. Here we go. Flex. Pierce, Bam Knight, DK. I lean Pierce because DJ will probably be playing catch up. I like Pierce as an upside play. I like him as a risky boom bust play. I think there's going to be good movement in this matchup. I think that's something to pay attention to. I do like him as an upside play. I think DK is as well, but he's banged up into this game, but he should be racking up targets. I think Bam Knight's a shade safer, but I think the odds of hitting 20 plus is reduced. Jacksonville as well. They can sometimes make these game scripts a little sticky. If you want to go Alec Pierce, I'm cool with it. Pickens or Wilson? Full. Dakota and Pickens is what I'd lean with. I'd lean Dakota and Pickens. Thanks, bro. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I got it. I got it. Need help. Should I start Sam Darnold or Jacoby? I think Sam Darnold is the safe play every single week that you want to roll with. It wasn't last week, but it kind of is by default. I think more often than not for my lineups, I'd roll Jacoby because I think there's some upside to it. I think he's probably due to run bad, but I'm chasing those 35 to 40 pass attempts. That's what I would do for my lineups. Should I pick up Sanders this week? Both of my QBs are out. Nix, Dart, or should I just take someone like Brissett? If we're talking about right now, Brissett. If we're talking super flex deep, well, Brissett's there. It's not. Brissett would be who I'd be chasing. There's a lot more volume in that offense. You got 36.5 over under. Everything's projected for him to probably be around 200-ish yards. and they're probably going to run a lot against the Raiders. They're probably going to run a lot this week against the Raiders. I like Sanders for what he is right now. There's a lot of cramming right now for him to go in this week. And this is a matchup where the Browns defense will probably get a hold of that Raiders offense and slow it down. I think the pass attempts are going to be low. I think they got a game script coming in that if the offensive line doesn't go haywire with penalties and they can hold the pass rush back again a little bit, which they're not ranking high getting to the quarterback, then I would go Brissett. And I would go with that for a bit, especially in a 1 QB league, and then I'll play the matchups afterwards. Next up, I need a running back. Jacobs is out. Really depends on what's available. Really depends. So looking at these matchups, this is what I would do in this situation because I don't know what's available. I would go with RB2s, and then I'd go down here. So, like, I would go down here. Like, obviously, you're not going to get Monty. Can you get Devin Singletary? Because you got 50.5 over under. Game it's going to be pushed. Over on here, 50.5 and over under. So, Vegas saying there's going to be good movement here. So, good or better opportunities for the RB2 to hit. You're not going to get much after John Taylor. So, Brashard Smith. So, you're looking down here. Is Steve-O available for the Patriots? That's probably your next best option. 50.5. I would probably stay away from this game. I would stay away from that completely. I'd probably stay away from Minnesota Packers. I would stay away from the Ravens games when it comes to backup running backs. Kenneth Gainwell, 46.5 over under. Interesting. A bunch of linebackers hurt there for the Bears. If you're looking for backups here, Basil Tootin should be rostered. So Jaguars backs are out. I wouldn't go after anything outside Bam Knight for that one. Stay away from 36.5 over. Plus, that's the game you need to stay away from. 47.5. Nothing on the Cowboys side. And now you got to hope Tank Bigsby gets the touches and crams one in. That's a gamble. I would stay away from Falcons Saints unless you really want to gamble on Devin Neal. That would be the gamble. Or Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier could punch one in. You're praying for that. You're looking at Bucks, Rams. I think the running backs for the Bucks are spoken for. Blake Corum and a 49.5 over under. That could be a guy to look at. That could be it. And you're just chasing them as gambles to throw in. I would be chasing these higher over unders and just hoping that they splash. Panthers, Niners. Brian Robinson, because the running backs for the Panthers should be spoken for. Brian Robinson's another one. And then that's it. So there's about 5-ish right there if you guys are looking for backup running backs. Going down here, just double checking the chat. Some people drop super chats, and I'll try to prioritize those. So, next up, Dunze or Flowers? My gut went though, Dunze. If you want to play off that. My gut went though, Dunze. Against Pittsburgh. Look at this with Pittsburgh. My gut went though, Dunze. So, I think it was the To the Moon video. So I looked at this for the wide receivers, and I looked at Caleb Williams as a decent start for this week. I think if you got Odunze and you're going to start him, this would be the matchup. Now, points is a different story, but lineup setting, like if I see that, I'm going after that. I can see the game script breaking with what they got at quarterback. That would be my risk. But you can also say that with the Jets. So you're kind of looking at that. That would break the tie. What's up, buddy? What's up, Warrior Loft? Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you all. Thoughts on A.J. Brown? A.J. Brown's in a matchup here that is very favorable. His year has not been favorable to us, but 47.5 over under against a Cowboys D. I think you got it right here. Second most allowed week to week to running back, wide receivers, everybody. They're giving it to everybody. They've made some changes on the offensive line, and they've added some linebackers that came up and been healthy, a little bit riskier. I think he's got some upside this week. Anybody against the Cowboys, I think when you're looking at this, this has dropped a little bit. I think we could get some good fire in this matchup. I think this game script's going to be pushed a little bit. The thing is, Dak can push the game script. That should have to push Hurts in the passing game. That should push it. I think this is going to be a fire game. I think he's a good gamble for upside. If I can't start him in a game like this, I better ship him off. Like, that's probably what I'm thinking in my head logically. Hey, what's up, Warrior Loft? Here we go. Your question. JJ versus 11th worst. JJ McCarthy. Pickens versus Eagles, 15th worst. Or Michael Wilson versus Jags. I'm thinking McCarthy is too inaccurate to trust at the moment, especially versus a good Packers team. All right, roll with your gut here. I like Pickens. It would be Pickens if this is super flex spot. And usually by default, you go with the quarterback. That's usually it. And if your gut's going against that, then Pickens would be my next best bet. And I understand that, and I understand the picks. I understand all that. Pickens would be your next best bet. I like Pickens. I like Pickens every week. I think that's a good matchup here. I think you're going to get good game flow. Looking, they said 15th worst. I got here. Let's see what they got. This is PPR. Did you say PPR? PPR, Eagles. They got him 21st, which is close. Really depends on last 3 weeks and everything else and what we're looking at here, yardage-wise. But what they're giving up here, they're allowing wide receivers to hit the fairway, unless it's the Packers. That was a weird one. Or the Giants. That was a weird one. They're allowing wide receivers to blow up against them. You see that? I would go Pickens. I would go Pickens if I was going to go against the quarterback. Usually by process, I go with the quarterback. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for everything. Going to the next question here. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to your questions. We're going to go lightning round here soon. I see a lot build up. Thank you guys, though. But ETN, Swift, Judkins. Worried about Tootin. Worried that Browns will suck. Worried Swift will get vultured as he's lost 2 to 3 weeks. Tough one. Those worries are all there. Those worries are there. That I'm worried about all of them the same thing. I think the Browns could suck in this matchup. This whole game could suck. That's a probability. I think you're at least going to get volume with Judkins. I think you're at least going to get that. I think you're going to get good pressure with him. They're not going to have Shedeur throw it 35, 40 times. They're not going to do that. And Travis Etienne, ranked 19 against Arizona. I think that could be a fire game script. He could get vultured. Same thing with Quinshawn. And really, when I think about that, I like Tootin this week. He's been hot. I like Swift too. I think you got like good running backs here that could. I think I like Quinshawn as the safer play. Travis Etienne could be more explosive in this matchup. I think most of my lineups I'd lean Travis Etienne, just trying to get the upside where the touches should be roughly similar. I think Judkins safer for around 20-ish opportunities. I think the risk is the game just sucking. The whole game sucking. That's the risk. Vegas is saying it. And you can definitely play that out pretty easy for them to be right. I would go Travis Etienne. I think the work in the passing, the explosiveness, I think that's going to be like very similar to Swift. And you got the Cardinals game there. Start 3 running backs full. Manny Wilson, Sean Tucker, Judkins, Steve-O. I think I'd go Manny, Judkins, Steve-O. I think that's how I'd roll. Yeah, I'd go Jacoby Brissett. I'm pretty high on Brissett. I like Brissett this week. I think he's safe. I like the volume. I like Brissett this week. I can't sit JJ for Michael Wilson, right? Convince me to start JJ. If it's super flex by proxy, quarterbacks, they could suck their way in the fantasy production. That's the thing about that. Quarterbacks can suck their way in the fantasy production. He's already hit the fairway against the Bears on the road. It's a rough matchup. But really, if you think about it, it really depends on the scoring of your league and how advantageous it is for quarterbacks to accidentally get there for. And also, you need to know your point threshold of what you're shooting for. If week 9 and week 10 is okay for you, if the 22 and 16, if that's okay for you, by default, you go with the quarterback. By default, usually in Superflex, you go with the quarterback. That's why they're so valuable. That's why. Dynasty, like even in first-round quarterbacks that everybody doesn't really like, and Dynasty rookie drafts and Superflex, those quarterbacks are still expensive. Quarterbacks are expensive for a reason. You get 32, 42, 25 opportunities plus 9 and 5 here to score fantasy points. You got wide receivers there that could go off. Quarterbacks tend to be the safer play. That's what I think about. That's what it is. Usually by default, unless your gut's really rolling, I'd go the other way. But I'd go JJ more often than not. Butte himself, Christian Watson, who is the best? If you're looking scouting-wise, it's Butte. But I think you're talking fantasy-wise, Christian Watson. Christian Watson. That's what I'd roll with. That's what I'd roll with. Double check the chats here. There's a lot of them. What's next here? What's next here? Where am I at? I'm right down here. We got to move a little faster. I got a lot rolling. Jalen Warren, Tootin, Loveland, Burden. Need one. Jalen Warren's your safest bet. Jalen Warren's your safest bet. Linebackers are out against him. He's going to get rammed up the gut. They're down at quarterback. He's going to get opportunities. Your upside play is Burden or Loveland. Burden gets cash in here. He's an upside play. Jalen Warren's your safe play. Got to start one versus the Bengals, right? Anyone versus Bengals game. Any game. Like, Vegas is in on this game to be high scoring. We got 50.5 over under here. We need Flacco to push it. And this is really going to allow, like, all your tiebreakers. If you're looking for a random dart throw, look at Mac Hollins. Look at some of those plays. If you're looking for a random dart throw, look at that. They're projecting points to be scored here. And you can definitely see how things can go back and forth. If Flacco misses big, then sure. But he's at least going to come back on that horse and throw it 35 to 40 times. This game here, you can definitely think about that. Most of these players are rostered. You can't pick them up. And then on top of that, if Daniel Jones has a rough outing on the road against that Chiefs defense, that could lock things up. I really like that Patriots-Bengals game. That's one of my favorite ones. Start one and flex two. Pittman, Kamara, Pearsall, Tootin. Start one wide receiver. So Pearsall. Pittman's the safest play for me. Then flex in Tucker and Tootin for the upside. Kamara's the safe play. I would rather just shoot for the upside. Unless you want the safe play, then there's your answer. But I'm shooting for the upside. RB2, start one. Tucker, Jones, money guy. Start tight end, Loveland, K-Dot, and Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry and Tucker. Hunter Henry and Tucker for the upside. If you want to play it safe, Aaron Jones and Hunter Henry. But I'm shooting for more upside with this play. I'm shooting for more upside here. Aaron Jones or Tracy or Charb. I like Charb. I like Charb as the safer play there. Justin Jefferson or Olave. It is a tough call. It's a tough call. What's the market saying? My gut always goes Justin Jefferson, but that might be Justin Jefferson bias, and they might have it too. Justin Jefferson is down here below. Go Olave. Go Olave. I think it's a coin flip. What's your gut saying? Half point PPR? I think you're going to get more movement out of this game. I think you're going to get more movement. You both got rough quarterback play. Bucky's out today. Bucky's out. Boom, they're right. Bucky's out. Bucky's out. My crazy start of the week is A.D. Mitchell. All right, breaking that down. I think the volume we saw last week, and you got to catch something eventually, right? You got to catch something eventually. Seems to make an impact. You also got Baltimore. They've been giving up fantasy points to wide receivers. If we can hit this threshold of 6 targets, 49% snap share, first outing, I think that's a nice gamble dart throw. He creates separation like no other. He just doesn't bring it in. Eventually, he's going to fit. He might figure it out. He might. That's a good dart throw, though, because you might catch some desperation targets and he brings them in. Yoshi, Tracy, Henry, Jay. Yoshi, Tracy, Henry. Tracy. Tracy would be my safe play. Yoshi would be my upside play. I think Yoshi, if I'm projected to lose, if I'm down by Thursday, I'm just throwing him in. I think Tracy's safer for red zone looks, touches to get you to that 10 spot. If I need a lot more than that, then I'm going Yoshi for sure. Good morning, guys. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for updates too, especially as the chat fills up. Slayton has more upside here. Slayton is going to get deeper targets. Josh Downs, I mean, he might catch some extra work here as they got to progress, and there's going to be good volume. I think Slayton is going to be getting deeper targets, has more upside in that matchup. I think it's a coin flip. I think a lot of lineups, I'd be leaning Josh Downs to play it safe. If I don't want to play it safe, I'd be going Slayton for that upside play. I think Slayton has more potential to score big. I think a lot of times I'd be going for that upside and put nuts on the table. Worthy or Tootin? Tootin. Tootin for the upside play. Tootin. I like them both. I think they're about the similar. Worthy or Tootin, who to start? I think Tootin. I think I'd go Tootin for that touchdown. I think Worthy could go off as well. I think they're both gamble upsides. I like them both as gamble upsides. I think I'd lean Tootin since he's the hot hand. Diggs, Wandell, DK, or Pierce. DK, Diggs, Pierce, and Wandell would be how I would rank those guys. Thank you guys for all the comments. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. I'm working hard for you guys. I'll get to your questions. Thank you guys so much. So grateful for you guys being here. Nice work, guy. Need to fill my flex. Thank you for the question. Metcalf or Warren? Warren is probably the safest play of them all. Warren's probably the safest play. He's got a good matchup. Linebackers are out for the Bears. I think Metcalf's more of the upside play, a little bit more of the gamble. I think they're going to lean on the run a little bit more due to the quarterback situation. I think Charbonnet's fine. I think I'd lean Warren in this situation. I think most of my lineups, I'd hit the Metcalf button. Why that's confusing is because Metcalf is Metcalf with more upside. But if I feel like all I need to do is not mess up this play, and all I need to do is just hit the fairway, I'm leaning Warren. If I need more upside, I'd go Metcalf. Do I start Steve-O? Jennings today? I'd go Steve-O. I'd lean into that that Bengals Patriots game. Tootin, Sean Tucker. I'd roll Tucker. Flex 1. Pierce, Wandell Robinson, Monty, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is their safe play for touches. Just for that, just know that you're getting touches. I'd probably just hit that David Montgomery button. I'd probably go David Montgomery. Standard. So money guy or Mason? I'd go money guy. I think he's more likely for the touchdown gamble. That's what we're rooting for is touchdown gamble. I think money guy is more likely to get you there in that matchup. If I had to bench any of those three studs, it'd be Rome. I don't want to. The reason why with Manny Wilson for the rankings is first off, they're conservative and they're not reacting quick, so they're not getting updated. That's why it's all like that. If I had to do one like Diggs, it would be Rome if I had to. I like Wilson here. I think he's going to get a lot of touches. I think he's safe with that workload. If I had to pick one, it'd be Rome. Flex Butte or Slayton? Butte. I'd go Butte. I'd lean into that Bengals matchup. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you guys for the questions and everything. Make sure you guys hit that like button, that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. Make sure you guys hit those buttons. Thank you guys so much. Danny Dimes or Brissett? Safest with Brissett. Dimes is fine too. They're both great plays this week. I think you're blessed coming in this week. I think both of them can hit upside. I think both of them are good. I think Brissett is the safer play of the two, but either of them's good. So if your gut's different, you want to feel different, then you're cool. I like them both. I think you're blessed. Full PPR sit 1. Judkins, ETN, Warren. ETN for the upside. ETN's got probably going to get as much opportunities as the other two. I think he'll get work in the passing game. I think all three of them are candidates to smash and bust. I think they're both boom bust, but I like Warren's matchup too. And I think Judkins is going to get more touches than ever before this week. But I think the upside, safety net, and everything, I'd lean ETN with that. I like all three for the week, considering context. Scrolling down here. Okay, got a lot. We're going rapid fire, guys. We got 8 minutes. Flex one, Pierce, Wando, Monty, Jones. I'm going Monty. Bruce, stream for Shadur Brown's game. I'll think about it, guys. I think about it. The fans got a lot going on. I'll try to get that on. Last time we streamed, it looked good. Thank you guys, though. Chat needs help. E. Wilson, Jalen Warren. I think I'd go Wilson. Genty or Judkins standard. I think I'd roll Judkins. I'd roll Judkins on that one. I think both of them at risk of a bad game. Like the game going bad. The game going roughly bad. But I think I go Judkins. He's going Judkins as well. Thank you guys so much for the questions. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, guys. Thank you guys so much. Strange Loveland. Strange will get more opportunities, would be the safer play for the touchdown. I like Loveland more for the upside. I think this is a good matchup for Loveland if you're ever going to start him. More often than not, I'm starting Loveland and I'm shooting for the upside. If you just want to play safe, Strange, but my lineup would have Loveland. Justin Jefferson. Oh. I totally forget, man. I'm sorry. Stream for sure. Got another one on. Yeah, I'll try. I'll see what's up. Maybe I can sneak in there and get some action in. I got to check with the family, though. At the flex and half PPR, Steve-O, Pierce, Watson. I think Steve-O's your safe play. Your upside bet is Watson. I think a lot of my lineups would be going Steve-O. Tracy or Tootin. I like both. I think they're both upside gambles. I got Tracy as a safer play. Tootin more upside. I think I'd lean Tootin. Need 3 Tucker, Mac. You're in amazing shape here. The 3 wide receivers logically is what I'd roll with. If your gut's against one of them, Sean Tucker's cool with me, but I'd go Igbuka. Olave. If that's Olave, then yeah, I'm going 3 wide receivers. If that's not Olave, then I'm going the other 2 wide receivers and Sean Tucker. But I think I'd roll the 3 wide receivers. I do like Sean Tucker. I do like the touchdown upside. Purdy or Hurts. I think you're blessed at quarterback, my man. So now we got to look at the matchups here. And Jalen Hurts got the Cowboys. I like Hurts. In his matchup this week. I like that. Mason or Gainwell. I like Gainwell's matchup a little better. Pittman, Wandell. Pick 2. Pittman and Sean Tucker is what I'd roll with on that. Noah Fant or Mason Taylor. I'd go Noah Fant. In this matchup. Tucker or Hunt. Hunt's your safe play due to the matchup. He'll be getting all the touches. That there should be more scoring. I think if I'm shooting for more upside, I'm rolling Tucker. I don't think there's projection going in. They're not too far off. Tucker for a lot of my lineups, unless I'm projected to win or I feel really good and I just need to not mess it up, then I'd go Hunt. Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, what's up, Toronto Dave? What's up, buddy? Hope all's good, man. Purdy or Goff? Watson. I think Rome Odunze safer. I like Watson this week for upside, but I think Rome Odunze a little safer. If you don't like Rome Odunze, you're feeling against it, you're cool with Watson. He loves Thanksgiving time. I'd go Yoshi. I'd just shoot for that upside. If you don't want to and you just want it a little safer, like you want to at least hit that 8 to 10 points, Gainwell, I think most of my lineups would be going Yoshi. Daniel Jones, Jacoby Brissett. I'm going Brissett. I feel a little safer with him. I think Jones does have a little bit more upside now that I think about due to the matchup. I think I'm just going to go Brissett. DST, Raiders, Falcons. Let's see what they got. Because this is my first defense just left my brain. I haven't had a defensive question all day. Cleveland's 2. I think got a lot of upside against Shadur. I think you got a lot of upside here. Atlanta's down there. Saints. The thing is, the Saints are going to push it, and they're also on the road. Raiders at home. I'm going Raiders. I'm going Raiders. Just that being home. Double checking the chat. Oh man, I gotta kick in gear, guys. I'm gonna be a little bit faster. I'm sorry. Christian Watson for me. I like him. Yoshi or Worthy. Pierce or Myers. Pierce for me. Sub Bruce. Sean Tucker and Michael Wilson. I feel a little bit safer for Sean Tucker. Michael Wilson more upside. I think most of my lineups, I'd lean Sean Tucker for this week. Tootin or ETN. I think ETN's a little bit safer. Tootin's more for upside. I think I'd lean ETN in a lot of mine, though. Warren. Yeah, I like Warren this week. I think he's a sneaky play. I think he's got a sneaky matchup. What I like about Warren is the linebackers are banged up for the Bears. I think Arthur Smith is going to roll back to him. Arthur Smith is a puppet master. He does not care about us in fantasy, which is kind of great for a guy like Warren. He'll get his touches back. Pierce is safer. Legette's always a sneaky play. I'd roll Pierce for my lineups, but I will recognize that Xavier Legette is very sneaky every week. I think Pierce is just safer for me. Kenneth Walker. I just shoot for the upside with Kenneth Walker for that one. Alec Pierce or Kamara. Kamara is your safest bet to get to the fairway. Then I'm going Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce more likely than not, especially if a guy shoots hard for the upside. Strange or Otten for me. Tyler Warren or Bowers. Like, I don't like the matchup. They got to do something, though. He's going to be getting the targets. I think I'll always go Bowers over Warren. I think it's a nice dichotomy. I also want to double check that. My head went straight to Bowers. Like, Bowers, they got Bowers over Warren. It's tight, and it should be tight due to that matchup. That's also a rougher matchup there. Warren should be around 5-ish targets. You got flooded to Bowers. You're going to have flooded to Bowers. Javonte Williams versus the Eagles. Javonte Williams is my safe play. That's probably what I'm rolling with more often than not every single time. Michael Wilson could beat him in scoring, but I'm rolling Javonte Williams in that matchup. Pierce, Otten, Boutte, pick 2. Pierce and Boutte is what I'd roll with. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the questions. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe real quick. Helps me out. And next time we do a live stream, you'll be here. You'll get it. You won't miss it. And every Sunday, 90% of the time, Sunday mornings, we're doing live stream. Must starts on Saturdays. You can ask questions in that comment section. And, of course, like 3 to 5 videos a day almost. Deep ball dandy. I love deep ball dandies. When in doubt, deep ball dandy if you're shooting for upside, guys. Would you drop Tez for Jaden Reed? Right now, that's kind of risky, but I see your thought process. 50-50 case. If I'm not starting Tez, then I might make that game. That's a smart process. If I can't start Tez, then yes. If I have to start Tez every week, then no. But if I can't start Tez, then I think that's a good upside play. I think that's good considering what we're seeing with these wide receivers getting banged in and out of the offense. I think that's smart. I think it's smart. That would be a nice upside move. Tyrone Tracy, Sean Tucker for me. Shedeur Sanders, watch, guys. Shedeur Sanders, this is going to be a fun game. This is huge for the Browns. I did a video this morning. This is huge for the Browns. This is huge. More than just Shedeur good, Shedeur bad. This is like huge for Browns fans. Luther Burden or Bam Knight. Bam Knight's your safe play. Bam Knight's the guy I'm probably hitting that button on more often than not. If I need a gamble and pray for 20-plus points, I'm down from Thursday. If I'm hurting that bad, I'm going Luther Burden. And a lot of smash matchups here. He's got a good matchup. It's just they're like anybody can get it in that offense right now. Javonte Williams, pick 2, Egbuka and Williams, and I'd rank them like this: Williams, Egbuka, Zay, and Wilson. That's how I'd rank them. Hey, thank you guys. Let's go, guys. Game day. Oh, we're almost there. 1-on-1. I'm gonna keep answering just in case until the chat goes down, I guess. Sean Tucker, Judkins, Genty. I got them ranked how you got them. Tucker, Judkins, Genty. That's how I'd roll. That's fine. That's fine. He's an upside gamble. He's a gamble playing lineups, taking Burden over. That's fine. They're both upside gambles. And I do like Burden's matchup. I think they're both like upside plays for me. Brissett, especially the context of him getting off the waiver wire. I could definitely see Pearsall smashing. Thank you guys. Thank you guys all. If you're still here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'll stay along until this all empties out to help you guys out. Notice the chat's still pretty full. Ferg or Gadsden? Rest of season, I think Ferg's your safest play. Gadsden's more your upside. If you got them both, you're just blessed, man. You're just blessed. Gadsden's probably more your upside play. Brissett, Caleb Williams, both of them great this week. I think Brissett's a little safer. I like Caleb Williams. He was like my iffy quarterback that I liked. I'd go Caleb. Got Yoshi and Flex. I think you're solid, man. I think you're solid. I'm starting Pearsall and Jennings on same team. I think you're going to be fine with that. I think it's a fine look. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Running through these real quick. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. That way I can help you out down the road. Tucker, Pearsall. I'm rolling Tucker. If you need to shoot for max upside, Pearsall, just in case, if you want to gamble, but I'm rolling Tucker. Raiders. Yeah, Raiders D. I remember that. Yeah, they might sack him 8 times. And this is also game scripts that's not supposed to go nuclear. Chase Brown for me. I go Chase Brown over ETN. With Rice, you have to be. Yeah, that makes sense. Really depends on your context of your lineup and where you're at. Worthy's more of an upside gamble, so there's a lot of downside. With that matchup, it could spray all over the place, and he could hit some yak. But he's not destined to get you X amount of volume. Rice is the man in that matchups. Pierce is a big-time gamble this week. Juwan or Fannin. Juwan's the safer play with the volume. Fannon's sneaky, though. Juwan more often for my lineups. Fannin, I would not be surprised he outscores him. Jefferson or Egbuka. I see where your head's at here. I see where Egbuka. Let's roll that. Tucker, J-Mo, Wandell, bench 1. I'm benching Wandell. Burden or Tootin? Tootin more often than not due to the running back touches by default. Burden if I want to shoot for upside. Good luck, all. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe and like button. We're getting fired up. Oh, it looks like we got the last comment here. Hey, appreciate all you guys. Games are rolling. It's past 1 o'clock here. Before you guys head out, make sure you hit like and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and that'll allow me to be able to help you guys out more. I'll pop up more on your feed, my videos, and everything else. Also, if you guys got some questions, I'll be right here. I hit the bottom of the feed. If you guys got any questions, I'll sit here for another minute or so to help you guys out. But kickoff's happening. We're still wrapping a little bit. Here we go. Hurting a T, lost Laporta and Kincaid. Help my nose picked Fant this week. What I like about this since we're the only ones left here, what I like about this for Fant is you got a matchup here in a game script, which one thing you can do is just start chasing these game scripts. Like the over-unders are changing like crazy right now because games have fired up. 50.5 over-under. Vegas saying, hey, we're going to get a lot of movement in this game, a lot of opportunity. That's the thing about this. So you got more opportunity here with the game going back and forth for 4 quarters. So at least you got that. You got some firepower in this matchup. At least you got that. You're looking at what the Patriots are giving up. I think I like your process. I know it doesn't feel good, but that's kind of what the waiver wire is supposed to be at in a competitive league. You got the Patriots here 9th in the league when it comes to allowing fantasy points per game to tight ends. So you're looking solid. You're looking solid on that. So all in all, I mean, for a waiver wire play in the context, I think you're rocking it okay. I mean, you got yourself a decent play considering how beat up you got. So good luck to you, my friend. Good luck to you. All right, guys. Looks like games have fired up. I got some requests to stream the Browns game. I'll see what's looking. I also got to get things prepped for the waiver wire content, update on Browns game, the reaction, the panic video, and then a recap of all games. I recap every game on Sunday night. Every game. I go through all of them. That's where I hold myself accountable. That way, if I felt like I got game scripts wrong, whatever wrong, I call it out there because I want to do it while everything's fresh in my mind. So I do that to hold myself accountable on tape. And by doing that, it allows me to get better. And then on top of that, I call out game scripts, buy, sell, holds, and trades. That's usually the last video of the night. Good luck to all you guys. Hey, thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you, every single one of you guys. I'm just happy to have you all. Looks like questions are done. Questions are done. Looks like it. Going once, going twice. Well, have fun watching the games tonight. I want to thank you guys again. I said that a million times, but I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys. And I'll catch you guys later tonight.